Here we have a recently serviced JCM Type 1 lamp. For those who didn't know, as you can see, it is Badge Protector Lamp and Lighting Company. JCM was a wire weaver based in East Manchester, and they also made lamps. And their full name was Johnson, Clapham and Morris. And we acquired the rights to manufacture their lamps, their stock and parts, drawings, etc. in the 1950s, and continued to make the JCM lamps under our own brand name. This has recently been serviced. As you can see, it's a hasp type lock, a flat wick lamp. These are fairly straightforward. This is an iron top lamp. As you can see, it's in very good condition. It was actually manufactured in 1971 at the works in Eccles. So if you unscrew the base, the fuel vessel, the glass is removed by unscrewing this brass ring with the washers and gauzes. That's already been done. The asbestos washers have been removed and disposed of safely, and we've replaced it with our own modern day equivalent washers made of asbestos, I should add. Very similar construction, these, to the MC40 lamps and the CT33. By having a complete top section as one, they were actually cheaper to manufacture than our Type 6 and GR6 lamps. Fuel vessel, the adjustment is on the base, the start wheel, to raise the wick up and down within the outer brass wick tube. The trick with these is to raise the wick slightly, light with a naked flame, as you can see, and then better to do this once it's in the lamp, but just to show you, you want to lower the wick to get the smallest sustainable flame similar to that, because the brass protects the wick, the cotton wick, from burning and just burns the fuel, so you get much more life out of the wick, and there's far less smoke and created within the lamp itself. So raise it slightly, gently place it on the threads, tighten it up. After years of use, you will find that the husband staples very rarely align, but it doesn't matter for the purposes of this. There you have it. You could lower that flame from there if you wished. To put it out, if you lower the flame to its lowest point, it will usually extinguish, but just tap it on the bottom if it doesn't. Fueling and wick changing is fairly straightforward, although a little fiddling. Each service lamp comes with a fuel bottle like so, filled with paraffin, kerosene or lamp oil. You can even use citronella oil if you want a nicer smell. And you will see there's a little ball bearing there. Once this is full, simply push the ball bearing down, it's spring loaded, and pump the fuel in. The bottle holds about 125 millilitres, which is sufficient to fill the fuel vessel. The fuel vessels themselves are filled with cotton wool to soak up excess liquid fuel. If we raise the wick to its higher point, to raise is clockwise, to lower is anti-clockwise on these. You can see the wick there. As raise it, if you get to the point where the black bit is only just above the outer brass tube or slider, then you want to increase the length of the wick, and you do that by putting a small flat blade or point into the hole there and just simply drag some more wick up. You don't need much. Ideally when the lamp is at the tube is at its highest point, which is there, the wick wants to be below the brass, because otherwise again you're just burning excess wick and it will carbon up and it will just not be very happy. If you get to the point where you need to change the wick, you unscrew the locking ring and simply start to raise the mechanism, and at the same time unscrew the wick adjuster, bring it out, and you can see the length of wick. We put a long length of wick in so it will last a long time. You can see the cotton wool down there, it's all soaked in paraffin, and it's simply a question of gently sliding the new wick into place when you've finally got through the one that's there, which will take quite a long time. Feed the wick back in gently so it doesn't get snagged, and locate it and get it onto the thread, anti-clockwise there, and bring it down to its lowest point. Place the ring back in, some normal clockwise thread to tighten, and simply finger tight onto the plate. You'll feel it go down and lock. You don't want to over tighten it because with brass, with it being soft, you can easily over tighten and create burrs, which will make it difficult. And there you have a fully serviced 1971 JCM. Service lamps also come with a new length of wick and, as I say, the fuel bottle. Thank you.